Okay, so there we go. It didn't record it. Technical difficulties. If for some reason, actually speaking quickly, technical difficulties, because the internet in this area has been off and on for the last couple of weeks. If for some reason I get kicked out or whatever, I'll just switch over to my phone and just come back in the room. That's not going to happen. I'm manifesting. It will not happen. It's going to be awesome today, but it can't. And if it does, I'm not like, I'm done. I'm out. Just I'll switch over to my phone. You guys will probably still be in the room though. This is a safe space, so we're going to support each other. There's obviously like no judging. There's no judgment here. There's no criticizing, all that kind of stuff. This is a completely safe space. This is a mentorship and marketing event, mentorship marketing hour. And what means is you are going to get your chance to get questions answered by Andrea and myself. Okay, if it's business related, anything business related, leadership mindset, staffing, sales, marketing. We've got Andrea, who is a genius on the, especially with digital marketing, the online space. So can ask her questions. She'll introduce herself in a second. And that's just this is all about. It's just answering questions, having really good conversation. If you stay till the end, there will be a special opportunity that you may not want to miss. It's for a limited number of people, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. What else? Sure. Okay. So here's the thing. Before I put this over to Andrea and then the rest of you, I want you to think about questions, anything that you want, excuse me, maybe something that's really showing up for you these days. And, you know, I've been in business for over 30 years, as you can tell by my gray hair. It's no secret, multiple businesses. And so I've been through a lot, the ups and downs, speaking of roller coaster. Andrea, a few years younger than me. She'll explain that in a second. She'll explain her side. Okay. I don't even want to take away her thunder because she's awesome. And so she's also a serial entrepreneur. But the thing is this, we all have questions. Sometimes we hide and we do like on Facebook anonymous posts or whatever. We're not anonymous here. Just ask away. Okay. My father used to say every time you read a book, you go to a seminar. He passed away before YouTube and all that kind of stuff. But so even on YouTube, whatever it is, or a webinar or Zoom, if you can get one insight, it's worth your time. But here's the one thing I want to say. And I'm going to stop talking in a second. Here's the one thing I want to say. How many people? There's 10 of you, because Andrea and me don't count. There's 10 of you on this call today. We had many, many more register. Now I knew several registered, but couldn't make it. And they're going to watch the replay. However, there's a bunch of people who did not show up, and we're planning on it. Where else in their life? If they're watching the replay of it, great, thank you. And everyone will get a link to the replay after. But where else in their life are they not showing up? This is free. So I get it. Everyone like, click free, I'll go. And then, I don't want to go. You know what? I feel sad for them, people who are missing this. Watching the replay is great. Being here is even better. But those who don't even bother to watch the replay and just thought, oh, it's free, I'll just sign up for it. Where else are they just doing that? We talked in Momentum the other day about living a created life, showing up, being intentional. I want to just acknowledge all of you for being here. Okay. Because it's your Saturday, probably morning for most of us, and you could be doing something else. So thank you. Andrea, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, of course. Well, first of all, thank you everybody to be here. I'm excited. I think this is a good opportunity for all of us to learn from each other's questions and to answer questions for all of us. Being an entrepreneur is fun. It's also challenging. It's also hard. It's also easy some days, and when it's too easy we get scared because it's too easy and something must be wrong. So it's a fun journey. And it's not for everybody, and it's good that we're here, and it's good that we're sharing, and it's good that we're doing things. I always introduce myself in the same way, but I'm Andrea. I'm 28. I'm Mexican. I live in Canada now. My journey is quite unique. I can never stand still. I can never be just sitting down and doing something or doing nothing. So I am really, really passionate about marketing. I love it. I think it's a really good tool that everybody can do. And a lot of my teachers in the past have been a little mad at me because I always say that I understand that marketing is a college degree, university. You need to go like 4 years and do a master's degree after. And I'm not taking out validation on those studies. I have them. But marketing is for everybody and it should be for everybody. It shouldn't be a secret. Yeah, we shouldn't gatekeep. So my intention here is to help you all, not to gatekeep that my marketing secrets, to understand better what's out there and recognize that there's a million bazillion things that we see online every day. Everybody wants to sell a marketing course. Everybody wants to sell how to do Facebook ads. Everybody wants to sell how to position your website on SEO. And then we have a million information. We don't know what to do and we end up doing nothing because it's very confusing for everybody. So I'm here to acknowledge that and hopefully to try and answer your questions with the simplest answer that I can give you so that you can put that in practice. That's mine and Marshall's intention. Is there's a saying in Spanish, I don't know if it's in English, probably yes, that says, I won't give you the fish, just teach you how to fish, actually fish. So that's our intention here. To guide you and provide you with the tools to make your business better. So I'm open to anything in my experience. I've worked with large companies. Being in Mexico, of course, I worked for a tequila company. I worked for Jose Cuervo for 2 years. I was a brand manager for Hasbro Toys as well, for brands like Transformers, Power Rangers, Nerf, My Little Pony. I worked in one of the biggest agencies worldwide too. And I work here in Vancouver as a marketing manager as well. But again, my passion is for small business. I hope that the big huge companies also create more jobs for everybody, and I appreciate that. But being an entrepreneur is very, very fun, and I'm here to try and support you and guide you in that matter. So that's a little bit about myself, and I'm excited. So I'm ready.
But you also have some, I don't know, you didn't mention your businesses, did you?
Correct. But yeah, as I mentioned, I cannot just stay calm in my life for now. And I have a marketing agency. It's a digital agency, but I call myself an all-inclusive. Not because I'm Mexican and I love all-inclusive, but for me, it makes sense. Whenever someone, it's my personal professional opinion, not criticizing anybody, whenever they tell you, I'm only gonna do your Facebook ads and you need to pay me $200, and then they don't take care of your online presence, your consistency, your website, your forums, your social media, it's like literally printing a sign and not having a store. It makes no sense to me. Whenever someone tells you I'm going to charge you $200 for SEO and then don't focus on anything else, it's not going to work for you. I promise you. It needs to be a 360 approach. And in my opinion, a lot of agencies are charging you $1 million to do an all-inclusive, and then you end up doing small pieces and end up not seeing anything in return. So my approach is different. My approach is to bring all the experience I've had with big companies and huge companies and national, international companies into small businesses and sharing my knowledge. So it's a little bit of guidance, but it's an all-inclusive service. You will have, if you decide to continue working with me and my agency, I would be focusing on social media management, content, SEO, website management, blog, paid ads, Google ads, anything ads, just like everything as a whole strategy, as you would hire someone for like Hasbro Toys or whatever, the kind of quality you would expect from a big agency for entrepreneurs for the price for entrepreneurs. So that's Integra Consulting. Whenever you, and I'm also very passionate to do it for like free for now, and I'm excited to share a project I'm working with Marshall at the end, if you like these sessions, so that you can also have that approach on a group scale. So it's a little bit about me.
Well, you just teased them what it is. But
Just
she
tease.
is
So you stay at the end.
I'm actually working with her now. She is brilliant. So for those of most of you know me. I've had over 30 years experience, multiple businesses, just sold one of my companies after 29 years. And I also coach and mentor entrepreneurs. Similar approach to Andrea in that it's more of like a 360-degree approach. It's not like one set like this is we're just working on lead generation or like it's everything. It's I'm focusing on you, the business owner. But the point of this session is to get, and if you're interested in what we're offering later on, great. If not, I mean, there's only a limited number of people. It's not a marketing thing. There really is a limited number of spots. But this is your hour. So ask any questions, right? Actually, show of hands, because now you know a little bit about us. Show of hands, how many people have been in business for less than 1 year? Real hands or virtual ones. Okay. How many people have been in business maybe like between 1 and 3 years? Okay. Okay. How many people have been in business 3 to 5 years? More than 5 years. 5 to 10 years. More than 10 years? Okay. Tom, you're more than. All right. First of all, congratulations to all of you. We've made it. Most people fail. Majority of businesses fail. Small businesses fail the first year. Okay, so we're not there. We're not one of them. But it's important to have sessions like this and get support, build an inner circle, not be alone in our business. So I do these mentorship sessions a few times a year. And this is the first time I've actually brought Andrea in. And I'm very excited. So if you have questions, well, how many people have, I'm curious on the marketing side, how many people have actually worked with or interviewed agencies, marketing agencies, or tried to do this marketing themselves or Facebook advertising themselves, and it just hasn't worked? Yeah. Okay. So there must be questions out there. Like, and it doesn't have to be marketing, it can be just general business as well. Secret sauce. What's your secret sauce? What would you suggest for that? So questions. We're taking questions. Monica, your hand's up. I don't know if it's still from before or if you have a question. What's down? Arabella. You have to unmute.
Sorry about that. Hi, Andrea.
Hi.
As with every new business that launches out there, whether it's service or product, how far can they go on relying on organic? Like once they've created all their social media, their website, their Google presence, how far can organic take them?
That's a really good question, and I'm glad to see you again. I'm really happy you're here. I will tell you these, and I'll try not to get long responses as I usually do. But every platform has its own objective, right? So it's not the same for every business, because, for example, when you have a furniture business, or you have clothes, or you have sunglasses, or you have something that's actually really visually appealing and you can see it online, organic works a lot, because you will see your Instagram profile or your Facebook profile or your Pinterest profile or whatever as a digital catalog, right? So organic for those businesses work differently than it would work for a paint company or for construction or for a business to business, right? It's really different, because if I'm looking for a cybersecurity agency, for example, I like their posts, but I'm not gonna hire them based on the post that they post on Instagram, right? I need to have that consulting sales behind behind it. So I would say it depends on the business and it depends on the platform. So if your business is doing really well in organic, but you want to boost it and just get it to the next level, I would say start investing. If your business is a business to business, I would always suggest to do paid a little earlier. Because again, when you do organic posts, there's different ways that you can position those posts, even if you don't have a lot of followers organically, and you're still gonna get sales. If people like your clothing line, if people like your sunglasses, if people like your painting, if people like whatever they can buy. But again, if your business is more like you need to actually sell your product, explain your product a little bit more, then it would be like a little earlier. In terms of timing, I don't think there's like a time frame. I would say it depends on your business objectives as well, and where you want to invest and how you want to invest. I would suggest that if your business is doing good and you're relying on organic and you're selling on organic, first invest on understanding your audience, understanding if your audience will respond to Google ads or to Pinterest ads or to Facebook ads or to Instagram ads, or to, if they read a lot of blogs, do you want to better do Taboola, for example, that will get you ads in the middle of blog pages or whatever. So I would invest there if your business is doing well organically. And then when you understand your audience, you can also do like post-sale surveys and ask people where did they interact with the brands, what would make them buy again, what did they like about the product, get reviews and whatnot. And then with that, invest your money in a smart way so that you don't just throw money to every ad that you can do, and just focus your attention and your investment in where the public is actually going to buy. So it depends again on your like business objectives and what you want to do. Also, if you want to launch, for example, let's say you have tables, right? And now you want to do closets, it's good to invest a little bit there. And there's different ways that you can still get your ads seen by the people that already follow you or have bought from you before and maybe forgot about you, that you have a new product line. So it depends a lot on the objective, and it's not only the objective of sales, it's also like the objective of positioning yourself. So it depends. But if you're doing well organically, I would stay organically until your numbers and financials are there for you to actually see it as an investment and not as an expense. If that answers the question.
That's great.
Thank you.
That's great. Good stuff. Anyone else have some questions?
Karina.
Oh,
I think.
Patricia. Yeah, you have it. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Patricia, Karina, Patricia.
Karina.
Thank you. Nice to meet you guys. I have a specific question. I've been doing my own marketing. My business is a service. It's a cleaning services. I already developed some clients. I work with Freemax and Ogwin. I mean, I have the clients that I need in order to survive, but I really want to grow the business to a different level, work more with property managers. And honestly, it's difficult for me to create those relationships through social media. It's more in person. And I mean, it's just, it takes a lot of time to build those relationships. I would like to get those relationships through my social media. Honestly, I never worked with an agency before. I've been trying at the beginning to work with them, but at the end they ask for a lot of money, and I really don't understand the benefits. I don't see how they can actually give me leads, real leads. I don't need just requests or people asking for estimates. I want real leads. And in this moment in my business, I really want to approach to those kind of clients, but I don't know if with Google I can do it. It's the only thing that I really don't know yet how to use. I teach myself how to use Canva, Facebook, Instagram. I have to teach myself how to do those things because at the beginning, I just feel like with an agency, it doesn't work. I'm ready for the next step, but I'm not sure, honestly. What will be your advice for me?
Yeah, well, I love it. I'm really excited with your questions. I'm sorry, but here's the thing: the situation you're facing right now is a situation 99.99% of business to business face with digital advertising. Why? Because tons of people and agencies try to approach social media and digital marketing for business to business as if it was a business to consumer. What does that mean? A business to consumer is you have your business, you sell to the final consumer, right? But when you're doing like cleaning services or construction or painting or like cybersecurity or security or those things, yes, you're selling as a person to another person that's going to hire you, but it's more focused to like a business hiring your business, right? And the thing is, even though we as human beings are multi-platform, like I am a business to business, I'm an agency, you will hire me, like I approach to me as Andrea, I have TikTok, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, whatever, right? The thing is, I have never seen anybody trying to contact me on my personal Instagram, for example, for my digital agency services. Or I've never seen in my clients as a cybersecurity firm, someone texting them on Instagram. Why? This doesn't mean that you cannot do a multi-platform advertising campaign, right? That requires a little bit more investment because you need to invest on every platform. I would suggest that you focus on the tactics that the property managers are actually gonna open. So for example, if you're trying to reach out to property managers on Instagram from their personal Instagram accounts, it's going to be nearly impossible because it's really strange unless you're, and I find it really funny, and please don't hate me for this, don't cancel me, but I find it really funny unless you're like a doctor or a lawyer that you would have like Andrea Smeke and then lawyer, because I don't know, I would never have like my personal Instagram and say like Andrea Smeke marketing, right? Like that's more of my LinkedIn profile. So I'm assuming that a lot of property managers don't have that on their personal like Instagram or Facebook. So when you're segmenting or you're doing your ads, it's going to be nearly impossible for you to find them, because what are you like, you need to tell Facebook which person you want to find, right? When you're doing your ads. So how are you telling Facebook, find me property managers, and then maybe you will find 3 because they have them in their Facebook, like what I do for work. So it's going to be really, really hard. What happens when something is really, really hard is you need to pay more. Why? Because then again, Facebook is not gonna, or Instagram or whatever, it's not gonna give you 100 messages for 10 cents. It's gonna give you 10 messages for $100 because you're giving Facebook little to none information towards what your target is. Now, when you focus your investment, for example, you can still do it in a digital manner, because I'm not saying grab your car and drive across like Vancouver or wherever you live and knock on doors, although I would do it. Traditional marketing is also like appealing in this 2024 era, but there's other ways that you can get there. I would focus a lot on LinkedIn. Why? LinkedIn, 100% of the people that work as a property manager will have the property manager title there. When you do ads and you're trying to do that segmentation, you will see there that you can find property managers, right? First, if you do ads. Also, if you don't do ads, you can still find people. If you click on the search on LinkedIn, you can write property managers Vancouver and add 100 of them. And just literally sit down on a Monday morning in 3 hours, prepare a message, add all of them, and contact them and send them information, right? That's a non-investment way to do it. And then the other way that I would do it is they need to work, right? Most of the time. At 8:30 to 5, they have their computer in front of them. And I'm sure a lot of them are doing like Instagram or Facebook while they're working, but they have their email. So I would try and gather a lot of emails, tons of emails, as many as you can. And then there's tools, I'm gonna write it on the chat. There's ManyChat. I don't quite remember how many free emails you have for the beginning, but they have like a free package for like 100 emails, something like that, 1,000, I'm not sure. And it's mass emailing. You can do email marketing there. They have different templates, and you will see in a very easy way how many of them opened the email, how many clicked on the email, how many interacted with the email, how many bounced back. Like, it's very, very easy, user friendly, and it's free. So when you do, again, going back, think of how your consumer is gonna look for you. If you are a business to consumer, it's more likely that someone will look for a dress, for furniture, for a painting, whatnot, on Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, right? But maybe if you're looking for a cybersecurity company, a cleaning company, a construction company, you will Google it. If I'm new to Vancouver and I'm looking for a cleaning company, I would never ever use Instagram to look for a cleaning company. That doesn't mean you don't need social media. I will pause there. That doesn't mean you don't need social media. Why? Because it's your digital platform. What I would post on my social media, reviews. Don't bother doing 100 million like videos on how to clean your carpet or how to clean the ceiling. Just post credentials. Whenever I'm looking for a B2B service, I'm looking for people that have said that business is great. I want to see if their business is legit, if they post, if they're professional, if they have reviews.
Yes.
Amazing. Thank you.
No, but within that, so I just want to, I'm listening, I'm learning, I'm taking, all of it, taking notes and taking it all in. The one thing I would, so like property managers, for example, because I've worked with property managers for 30 years in my sign and graphics company, which I just sold. And what the whole idea, like with social media, and Andrea, you can continue on this, property managers, like, what's their pain point? So I know Andrea talked about reviews, posting reviews on Instagram, but what about, and I'm asking, actually, Andrea, this is a question for you. What about, like, on Instagram? Like, LinkedIn's great. LinkedIn's great because you can search, as you said, like you can find property managers. Google, obviously you can. Something specific like that, and that's where they're on LinkedIn. They're obviously on Instagram and Facebook personally. The companies are on Instagram. Most companies have, so you can follow them and comment and whatnot. But my question is this. On Instagram, rather than just having reviews, wouldn't you also, and you said not to have all these like cleaning tips, well, that's fine. But wouldn't you have something similar to what you do maybe on LinkedIn, which would be touching their pain point for the property managers? Like, they're beyond exhausted. Property managers, it's got to be one of the hardest jobs, professions to have, other than like doctors and firemen and all that kind of stuff, because they're going 24/7. And all they care about is reliable service providers. So my question, I guess, to Andrea is on Instagram, like, why wouldn't you also have like posts about their trying to touch their pain points?
Yeah, of course. And again, that's why I said like pause on no social media. I'm just thinking on your time, Karina. And your time is money. You only have 24 hours a day. You need to manage your business and do your own marketing. If you need to focus on something that will actually get you leads without like not taking into consideration everything else, like your social media. Because again, whenever I see an Instagram from a business that hasn't posts in like 2019, I don't hire them. I don't know, it's just a maybe millennial thing, but I just don't hire them. But if you need to create or focus on something specifically, focus on something that will get you leads. So yes, I would post that. Marshall, I think that's a good point. But I would focus a lot more on building a really good website, positioning a lot on SEO, a lot, so that whenever someone Googles cleaning company in Vancouver, you're one of the top options. And if I had to invest, I would invest on Google Ads and LinkedIn Ads and mailing. I would not focus on like Instagram, Facebook. I like that idea, Marshall, that if you have a business, follow another business, like another building, and message them and, you know, like offer your services. I think that also works. But again, your time is limited and your budget is limited as well as an entrepreneur. It's normal. It's so I would focus there. And don't forget that a lot of digital marketing works if you complement it with traditional marketing. So it does like help to have a business card or a flyer or whatever that you can leave in these buildings. Like it also works. The worst thing is they lose your, you know, like flyer, they throw it on the window or on the trash can or whatever, but they include your social media there. Give them something of value. And something that I always tell my clients is show them and tell the people in the first 30% of their scroll, who are you, what you do, and why you are better than other companies, or what makes you different. It's normally, or it's really hard to say like, I am better than the other businesses because of these. That question is really hard, especially when we have these like imposter syndrome that we don't know why we're better, but we know that we're good. Think of it as what makes you different. If I had to hire you, your cleaning company or any other, why would I hire you? And leave that information in the first 30% of your scroll, meaning your website, your social media, whatever that is, and your flyer as well, your physical card, your speech, your whatever, 30% of the scroll, whatever that means, you need to have who you are, what you do, and what makes you different. Because that is this attention span that we have as human beings, is a 30% scroll. If we scroll past it, fine, you can have more information there, but just give me in the first 30% scroll, why should I hire you? And in the digital world, it's brutal because you will find a lot of companies like yours, but just tell me why yours is better.
What about, so before we go to the next question, because I know you guys have, I mean, probably the questions are like, oh, I should ask this. What about like a USP? Like I know you're talking about basically, so what is our unique selling proposition, right? But I think it was Panago years ago, long time ago, pizza had this 15 minutes to your door or it's free, guaranteed. What about doing, I'm not saying if America Clean could have something like that, or if we could all have something like that, but what about like we talked in Momentum the other day about being bold, right? What about a bold proposition, like a bold statement to cap right at the beginning to sort of catch people, stop them from scrolling? What's your thoughts?
No, 100%. I mean, you should always, and I said this in our last free session we gave, is you need to tell people what to do with your information. If you don't tell them what to do, they're gonna just run around and not do anything. So if you say that you have a cleaning company and you don't have a button that says call me now to book your cleaning, you're wasting time. People are, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, people are dumb in a way that we're lazy. If you don't tell me what to do, like, yes, thank you, Marshall, I know, like, you have this service, or thank you, Tom, I know you like design, tell me what to do. Can I hire you? Can I not hire you? Can I just admire your work? Can I, like, what do I do with your information? So that unique value selling proposition helps to make that call to action more appealing. So what I would do, and I always recommend my clients, is what you do, what you are, and what makes you different should be a long-term strategy. It shouldn't be just like for a moment I do these differently, and I like, it has to go to the roots of your business, because you need to work towards positioning that for the long run, right? But your unique selling proposition, it can change. It depends on what people are looking for. For example, if it's snowing in Vancouver or in Calgary, they have more snow than we do here, and it's snowing pretty hard, and you know that that's a pain point for everybody, because even though you like wear boots or whatever, the building is gonna get messy. right? So if your unique selling proposition is for that period of time specifically, if it snows, just call me and it's 24/7 service, whatever. I'm maybe saying something stupid, but you get the idea. That's fine. And then that's your call to action, and it will make it more appealing for people to actually click. Right. And then if it's like summertime and we have the beaches here and sand is horrible and you know exactly the way to get rid of the sand pretty easily, then that's your unique selling proposition. It's not only a matter of time. It's also, I have 2 dogs. My dogs are my favorite living things in the world. And there I have a Bernese mountain and I have a big dog, and we live in a building, a pet friendly building, right? And I know having pets is always messy. In the building, in your apartment, in whatever. So if you target that and your unique selling proposition is towards that specifically, that's a niche, right? And you can do that with different things. So if you're targeting only pet-friendly buildings, for example, make your flyer your unique selling proposition. Like, I know how to deal with pet-friendly buildings. This is what I can do for you. And then, you know, like have a poll there and use Canva and you can find a million bazillion things there. And then that's your unique selling proposition. And you can do that with different ways. So again, what you do, who you are, and what you do different from others, that should be a long-term strategy. You shouldn't be changing that constantly. Of course, you need to learn and be better and maybe modify it, but it needs to speak about the roots of your business. But then your unique selling proposition, and I love that idea, Marshall, just play with it. Find your niche and then explode it as much as you can.
So the other thing on that is, I hope everyone's like trying to figure out how this pertains to their business. I'm not sure, some of you I'm seeing for the first time, so I'm not sure what some of you do, whether it's B2B or B2C, but strategic alliances, okay, are very, very powerful, especially in the B2B world. Okay. Meaning, or B2C, but make it B2B. For example, I'm looking at the screen right now, Caroline, Patricia, which says Karina, but I know your name is Patricia. Caroline's got a painting company. You have a cleaning company. Boom, there's a strategic alliance. You know, unless one of you like is strictly commercial and strictly residential, but if you're both doing residential or both doing commercial or mix, right there, strategic alliance. Because you may have a lot of the same clients. You may be targeting a lot of the same property managers. There's a strategic alliance. Patricia, with Minorca Clean, if you decide to go after, let's say, I'm like what Andrea was mentioning, I'm going to target people with pets. Rachel's right beside you on my screen. Rachel's an amazing, Rachel's like, why are you picking on me? Rachel's like, she has a couple of gigs, but one of her businesses is she's a colored pencil artist. And she's freaking amazing. She does pet portraits. She did one of my Stella that she gave me a couple weeks ago that I posted on Facebook. And it was like amazing. Like she's like amazing. So she deals with a lot of pet owners. You may want to deal with a lot of pet owners, right? Always look at other things other than right? It's like Andrea mentioned, 360-degree, online, offline. So online's one thing, but offline strategic alliances are really, really powerful. Right?
Another, sorry to jump in, but another target too could be realtors. Pre and post move out cleanings for, when people move or people get ready to move or move in, cleaning the homes. And then also for the traditional marketing, I agree with what Andrea says, to have a flyer, to have, business card, whatever, but to take it one step further, because you're right, people are lazy, is to, add a QR code to it. So people, when they get it, they might not take the time to type in your web address, but they'll pull out their phone and give it a quick scan and go right to your website. So
yeah. And people are always like, I see in Facebook, I'm in a well, I guess it's a Yahoo group or something, like an email group. I think it's Yahoo, from the school my kids went to when they were like little. I still get looking for cleaners, looking for, right? That's residential. But people are always like, that's the one thing. Painters too. But painters are like on a, every few years. Cleaners are like every week or bi-weekly. They need something, but it's all about people like to have referrals. They like to be referred to companies rather than just Googling it because they just don't know. So strategic alliances or strategic partnerships are very powerful, but being seen. We talked about this in Momentum the other day. We need to be, and this is I'm talking to everyone, we need to get out there. We need to be seen, and don't hide what we do.
I think just joining all your neighborhood Facebook groups is a good approach. Because like you said, people are always asking for recommendations. And like you can recommend, like you can just say, hey, I can provide a free quote or whatever. Or, like other people you've worked for will start recommending you in those groups. So
yeah.
I'm in a ton of them, and I just and then it starts to pop up on your feed too. Like when I open Facebook, I'll usually see the first thing is some neighborhood group. Somebody's asking for a painting recommendation.
Yeah. And I see Everlast, I see your painting company all the time pop up because you're consistent. That's the other thing. And I know Andrea will this is big with her too. Consistency, whatever we do, whether it's online, offline, how we show up, let's be there and be consistent. And just also one thing before I forget, for those of you who may have come in a little bit late, if you want to pop your information in the chat as to who you are, what your business is, if you want to share links, go for that too.
Yeah.
So what other questions do we have for our resident marketing expert or myself or other people? We're all experts in our own way.
So there's a few things I'm wanting to do. Like one of them is to update my website this year. And then I also want to get some printed materials, like a brochure, and maybe some help with social media, like branding sort of thing. Now, is it better for me to just find one person that can do it all? I think that's kind of what was said in the beginning, is it should be all together.
I will say this without selling myself, okay? I do it all. My agency does it all. And the reason I recommend that is a word that Marshall said that it's one of my favorite words, and that's consistency. The thing is, when you work with separate or multiple people, I'm not saying that's the wrong approach. Please don't get me wrong. There are people or businesses that work better that way, and that's fine. The reason I personally don't like it is because they look for their own objective. If you build a website that doesn't speak to your branding, it makes no sense. If your social media management is not tied into your website and you're a business to business, it's a waste of time. I promise you, there's way more leads on a website for a business to business if you do it properly than it is ever going to be on Instagram or Facebook. So the thing of doing it separately is it would be really hard for them to talk to each other and actually coordinate with their times to have one same objective, one same goal, which is of course helping you. But then again, how are they gonna complement each other? Just to give you a simple idea, technical idea, but it's, you have your website, if you're ever gonna do ads on Facebook or Instagram, you need to install a pixel, that's a code that goes into your website so that you can track the movement on your website. And then there's different ad campaigns that you can do to target people that view your website or clicked or interacted with your website in X amount of time, right? Just that installation, the ads guy is going to tell you I don't do it, and the website guy is going to tell you I don't have access to your social media. And then if the website is not built properly to receive those leads that the ads guy is doing, then they would need to change the form. So that's why I like to have a one-stop shop that you can tell me my objective is this and I do everything. If you want, or you have a friend that does a website and it's gonna charge you little to none, and you have a designer friend that will help you with social media, do it. It's part of also networking, but make sure that they all share the same objective. And if you have a marketing expert or guidance that can help you create that objective and then get everyone else aligned, that's going to be better. So it's not one way or the other. I would suggest one stop shop, not trying to sell myself. I really truly believe on that. That's why I work like that. But if you have multiple friends or contact that can help you, it's going to be cheaper. It's good for your investment that way. That's fine. Just make sure everybody's working towards the same goal so that you don't lose like impact by doing it separately.
Okay.
And to add to that, I mean, they can also communicate with each other. So like if Andrea is working with you and helping you on your digital online, offline marketing, but you want to, let's say, get some graphic design, some design work, let's say Tom, who has a design studio, right? You can, as long as maybe it's a meeting together, as long as the direction is all there and everyone knows the objective, and it's all goes back to that word consistency. So like Tom's not creating and designing something totally separate for Everlast than Andrea's maybe doing for you.
Yeah. Andrea, do you like teach people how to use their social media? Because like I'm more interested in that. Like I want somebody to show me how to use my branding and my social media rather than just have someone do it for me.
So
And I'm not talking about ads. I'm just talking about like consistent posts and like posting up like reviews and things like that.
okay, so I'm going to answer for Andrea because I don't, because she, she's awesome. Okay, and so she's in Momentum. She's in our group program, and she's actually taught some. We have guest teachers and whatnot. She's not really a guest, I guess, expert teachers. And part of Momentum is there's like weekly training modules, and she's had a couple of them. She also did a free session for other people to come in and check out Momentum, and she talked about marketing, online marketing, and it's the reason I want to do this with her and this collaboration we're doing is she's really, really explains it very, I guess in layman's terms, very simple about the power of each platform, where to post, how to post, the consistency, just that like, I've learned so much from her, just like, give you an example, just Instagram, right? I'm going to like script the terms, but that's why I have her. The headlines, are they? Highlights. See, I keep seeing headlines. The little circles above, like on your page, right? The highlights where you could put like for me, I have one for now for like quotes, right? But just the little things that she teaches me over that they should be consistent, same kind of background or this or that, and just the little things that I would have never known, right? So I'm going to mention this and then keep your questions going. So one thing we're doing, so in Momentum, some of you are Momentum members. It's hard to say some of the Momentum members, but for those who aren't, so what it is, it's a monthly membership group for accountability, mentorship, coaching, really helping you build the business you want, and networking, right? So kind of like this, and we meet 3 Wednesdays a month. Wednesdays 11 a.m. Pacific or 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. So it's a monthly thing. You can sign up, go monthly, get out, whatever. There's weekly training modules. There's private Facebook group for Momentum members. So what Andrea and I are doing is we're collaborating, and we're going to have a special add-on to Momentum. So Momentum, just quickly, and I'll send in an email to Momentum is 2 things. You can pay monthly just for Momentum, and it's $99 a month, right? Or you can have Momentum Plus, which includes private coaching with me, okay, which is $3.99. You get 2 sessions with me. And the newest thing, we're adding this marketing add-on. So it's just another $100 a month for Momentum, and you will get 2 sessions separate from Momentum. So basically $200 a month. You'll get the group and everything and all this stuff, which is awesome. Plus, you'll get 2 more sessions. I'll be there as well, but with Andrea on being kind of like your marketing, like a strategist in a group format, right? And it's seriously like she's brilliant. I don't know. That's it. That's all I have to say about her. She simplifies things. She simplifies marketing. So I'll send the information out later. But yeah, Andrea.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think we do teach, and it's part of what we're trying to do is make marketing more accessible for everybody. So by having one-on-one sessions, that might be a little bit more investment on a small business. So by doing a group session, that also helps, and we can answer questions that will maybe be the same questions for other people. And the specific idea on this add-on is that I will teach you how to do your own marketing. Again, I'm trying for you to be like able to do it. So we will go from social media consistency, Canva, but also MailChimp, but also ChatGPT, but also Copy AI, but also ads, but also specific questions like, how do I do this? Or these popped on my page, or I'm out of ideas on what to post. That's 99% of my clients' issues, is they have no idea what to post, and then what do I do next? So we'll cover everything. Our idea on having this add-on is, of course, you will get all the perks of being on Momentum, which is mentorship, changing your mindset to actually achieve your goals and network with people. But we understand that marketing is a huge struggle, and it's part of, I always tell people, if you have good marketing, probably you will get a lot of clients. If you don't have a good marketing strategy, you will get none. I promise you, if your page is all over the place, if people cannot find what to do with your like service, if people don't know where to find you, even on printed stuff, even on the way you speak, even on the way you present your services, if you do traditional marketing, I promise you, you will probably get 2 or 3, but you're gonna lose the others, right?
Mhm.
So it's part of something really, really important. And the way we're doing this is in a group session, asking questions, giving you, like, teaching you with my actual PowerPoint presentation on exactly how the algorithm works and how you can build your social media strategy, and go from there, not only how to post, but also like by being consistent on a monthly basis. You will start well on the first 3 months. By month 4, you will tell me, Andrea, I have no idea what to post. Or I have done all of these and I don't have clients yet. What's the next step? So that's the idea of guiding.
But there's going to be questions as well, right? It's not just going to be.
Correct.
Andrea likes. Here's the thing.
Mhm.
Andrea likes to talk, okay, and teach. She loves to teach. She's got so much. Seriously, she has so much. But there will be an opportunity, obviously, like to bring in your own personal question, like, okay, I posted this, or what am I doing wrong here? And she'll share her screen, and she'll say, "This is what you do." So it's very, very. I'm still not on the fence because we're doing this, but I'm all about value, and I'm all about pricing services based on value. And we're really pricing this low. And that doesn't mean the value is low. The value is going to be extremely high. But Andrea and I had a conversation a couple weeks ago, and there is, I would say, I think you probably would all agree with me based on the question I asked at the beginning. There's a gap in the marketplace for cost-effective, valuable marketing, because you don't know who to trust. I've been down that road. I sat 7 years ago with Sandbox, my sign company. I contacted 5 companies. I wanted to get my company online a bit more prominent. I had one of the biggest agencies back then sit across from me at my desk. I remember this. And he did not listen to anything I said or what my objectives were. In fact, he didn't ask any of my objectives. I tried to tell him what they were, and he just said, like I was talking about, I need to get SEO. SEO, I wanted someone to help me with SEO. SEO is dead. It's a long game. You don't want it. Facebook advertising is the way to go. Gives $1,000 a month, and we're going to get you blah, 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 all this kind of stuff. He was just selling what he wanted, what they were good at. They weren't specializing in SEO. You just don't know who to trust. So we're just here to make this cost effective, but that doesn't mean that the value is cost effective. The value is freaking going to be incredible. I just want to say that because it is very, very affordable or low cost, but the value is very high.
Yeah. And I would also like to add, and not to like sell ourselves any longer. I'm sure you still have questions, and I still got time in Marshall as well. Just by reading what you do, I'm instantly inspired, and my head starts spinning on ideas. Like, I see here in the chat, Joe, you like help international students in Canada. And I have a bazillion ideas on what you can post. Like already by looking at your, you know, like you can talk about the new things that are, you know, like happening in Canada, how you can still get here, how the market is not good, but you can differentiate yourself. 5 ways that you don't need to sweat on your interview. And I would mark it that way, you know, like it's for young people. It's for people that want to understand. They don't like to like the formal stuff. I would literally go in front of a camera, or if you don't like cameras, just type in 5 ways that will prevent you from sweating on your first interview. You know, like those things, the way you communicate things. And I see a lot of people here that have different products. Sama, you know, like I admire you and I appreciate you, and we've talked before, just a million ways that you can like post on your photography, videography, without you being on the, you know, like the front on or the face on your own brand. And then there's these signs from Tom, and then there's, you know, like there's a lot of things. And I think if we collaborate all together, that also brings new ideas. And that's what this space is about, for you to literally share your screen with me and ask me, I clicked on this on the Facebook and I have no idea how to do it, and now I'm stuck, or I don't know if I need to post a reel or what. And I have tons of formats that I will share with you on how I do things and how I keep myself organized, also by like having a social media calendar, and how not to do that in a really weird way that a lot of people won't sell you. So it's enough about selling ourselves, but I really hope you join, because it's gonna add a lot of value. And I don't know if someone has like more questions. I'm more than happy to continue.
Yeah, I'm okay staying for a little bit longer if you guys are, like, stay as long as you want. Questions?
Question. So there's that grant I've heard about for like, I guess, developing your website for small businesses. Like, I think there's a couple of different ones, but I think there's one for $2,400. Like, is that something you work with, Andrea, or can help with the process of getting the grant and then using it?
Yeah, for like Google Ads.
No, for website.
The grants for the small business.
Yeah, to go online to like e-commerce and
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah, I would need to double check specifically on your case what's gonna be better for you in terms of yeah, of course, Joe, on how your website is gonna look like after that. Yes, I can take a look for sure. Just send me a message on, like, I will leave all my information here. I would be happy to just take a look. I don't like just taking, I mean, we all love free stuff. Get me to Sephora and I will take everything free. But for websites, it is a lot about like user experience. If you have, for example, a Shopify grant or whatever, I wouldn't take it. It's not gonna help you. So let's just take a look at what you have, what you currently have, where you can get, and what we want to. It's all about objectives, and go back to your objectives. So if you're a business to business, you want people to leave their information there. The most important thing is for you to have all the information on your website and have a very specific contact form, not a generic one, a very specific one. And all your intentions on a marketing perspective should flow on that space. So if the website that you're trying to build is not user-friendly for you, but user-friendly for them, in order for you to get to that objective, it's not worth it. I can work with those grants, yes. I will just need to double check which website and what perks they're asking you to take or whatever, to see if it's actually worth it or it's just a waste of time and it's better just to invest. I know it's an investment, but it's better on the long term. But I will leave my cell phone here. Please text me 323 if you want. That's my WhatsApp. Here's my email. And
yeah, get that in there. Any other?
Yep.
Don't be shy. Like, ask questions. This is your opportunity. Okay. Well, you will get you'll get an email afterwards. We'll be sending a link for the replay of this. You can ask questions later. You can connect with most of you are in either Small Business BC group or my Business Inner Circle group, but you can easily connect with Andrea or myself through that as well. We're both there. We're both in both. And again, you'll get an email follow up with the replay. And if you have any questions about momentum and the marketing and all of that, you can definitely ask us about that. We can give you more information on that. Andrea, any final words?
No, I hope you join. I'm really looking forward to getting to know you all more. Marshall is an amazing person that has inspired me a lot for coming here to Canada and just growing my business here and whatnot. So I think the combination of both approaches, I promise you, will help your business. There's no way, like, it's worse not to do anything than starting to move. That's why it's called momentum, to have that like momentum to do things, to force yourself to do things. So I really hope I see you guys there. And of course, I'm more than happy to help. You can message me, email me, or whatever you need. And I just don't believe everything you see online. Ask me first and I will answer for free, but just please don't be part of those that just click for a free Facebook ad campaign and just do your own without knowing, because you will lose money and I don't like that. So yeah,
I think that's 100%. And I've been there. I've done it myself. I've tried to do it myself. Facebook ads. I've lost money. Yeah, there's a lot of crap on the internet.
Yeah,
a lot of crap. Be careful. So ask Andrea, ask myself first before you do just jump in. Unless you hear it from someone else, like, oh my God, like that's someone you trust, say, oh my God, these people are awesome. I've used them. I've had success with them. Other than that, if you don't know who they are and they say they're going to do this for you, they're going to 10x your business, especially 10x your business or whatever. I get it all the time, guys. I mean, I get LinkedIn, Instagram, whenever so okay, here's the thing before we go. So Andrew's got me doing the hashtag thing. Okay. So I avoid it sometimes on Instagram, but I do it. But when I do it, depending on the hashtags, I get bombarded, right? Sometimes I'm doing it right now a little differently. So I get a lot of people liking it and seeing it, but it's consistency, right? You just never know who's seeing your posts. But the stuff I get right away is the bots, right? And it's like, oh, we want you to be an influencer. We want you to do this. We want you to do that. Or I can help you. I've seen your website. I'm getting more and more emails, Andrea. I haven't told you this. All of a sudden, this past week, because I'm doing more hashtags, all of a sudden, I'm getting emails every day from people who want me to buy from them, that they think they can help my coaching business, that they've seen my website and they can help this or they can help that, or lead generation, right? Here, and they've done these like the custom videos. Click here for the custom video and we'll help you. No. Unless you know who they are or been referred by a reputable person. No. There's a better way. All right. There's no more questions. Thank you all for taking your time. And I also want to say, like, thank you for taking your time and actually coming here and showing up, because I'm telling you, a lot of people didn't. People will watch the replay, and that's great. Okay. Saturday morning, I understand. But those who aren't even going to see the replay and registered, too bad, so sad. It's pretty sad. So let's not, I talked about this momentum the other day before we go. Let's be intentional with what we do all the time. Don't just say you're going to go to a networking event and not go, or go and talk to your friends. What's the point of that? I know it's not comfortable for us to step out and be bold sometimes, and we don't want to talk to strangers. Be interested in other people. Even coming to networking.
We are business owners.
We are business owners. But I know, but in networking events, people are all like, traditionally, it's like, bam, here's my business card, buy from me. No. Who are you? Can I have your business card? I'm not going to try to sell you. I'm curious as to what you do, right? Caroline, what do you do for, oh, you have a painting company. Oh, that's great. Now I know, in case I have any friends of mine who might need their house painted. That's all what it's all about. So let's just be intentional and not, but intentional in the right way, the authentic way, not intentional, like showing up, I'm going to close these people. I'm going to meet 10 prospects today, and I'm going to sell 5 of them. That's not the way I roll, and that's definitely not the way Andrea rolls, I don't think, from what I know of her. Okay. So I just wanted to close off on that because you guys did show up, and we do really, really appreciate it. There's a better way, gang. There's a better way. Thank you. Have a great rest of your weekend, and hopefully we see you in Momentum and Momentum. We haven't come up with a fancy name for the marketing add-on. We'll come up with something marketing-ish.
We'll make it.
Momentum marketing. M&M. Take care, gang.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.